Hey, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, and I am making this video because it has come to my attention that there are still players out there who do not understand planetary regeneration rates or how planet liberation and progress works. So I'm going to try and explain it as best I can, and yes, I am aware that none of this information is in the game. I know it should be in the game. I know it should all be explained to you in the game. I am aware that it is not, yes, I'm aware that you have to use an external website like helldivers.io to see it all, but regardless of, the reason for all this stuff, why it's not in game, all that, that's for Arrowhead to solve. I'm here to teach you how things work and hopefully help you along until Arrowhead solves the problem. So, let's talk about it. Last night, and I'm talking about 24 hours ago, there were 10,000 players slogging their butts off on Akamar 4. This was about 20% of our player population at the time. And it didn't matter how hard they worked, they have 0% progress on Akamar 4. Same with the small percentage of people on Fact Bay, zero progress. Why is that the case? Why is it that it doesn't matter that 10,000 Helldivers are trying their best to liberate a planet? That's a pretty sizable force if you think about it. Player count wise, 10,000 is a lot. So that's literally some games' entire player counts. That's 10 times Payday 3's player count. How come they can't make any progress on the planet? That's because what matters is the regeneration rate of the planet. And different planets have different regeneration rates, just so you know. Okay? What matters is the Super Earth Force's liberation rate versus the regeneration rate. Let me explain with an example. We're going to scroll down here, zoom in on the map. If you look at Errata Prime, Super Earth forces as at this moment are liberating 8.7% per hour. That means every hour we are making 8.7% progress, liberation progress on the planet. However, the enemy forces are taking back 1.5% per hour. Therefore, and this rate will go up and down, all right? Because sometimes missions fail, some people exit. This website estimates the Super Earth forces rate. So what I usually do is I take an average rate and I do my own calculation. So on average, the rate would be between, say, 4% to 8%. 8% being the upper extreme, 4% being the lower extreme. The average would be roughly about 6%, which is being shown right here. So you have to take that 6%, subtract the enemy forces regeneration rate, and then you'll get the hourly progress. So on average, each hour, you're making 4.5% progress on this planet. Then, in order to figure out the predicted time, if you want to calculate it, now they've got a predicted time that shows here, but this updates with the fluctuations as well. So if you want to figure it out yourself, all you got to calculate is whatever percentage is remaining, and then divide it by the percentage rate of 4.5. And it's that simple. So that is how you can predict how long it's going to take to capture a planet, and I'll often do these predictions on stream. This is how I do it. Okay, so no smoke and mirrors. This is the explanation. Now, when you don't know what the regeneration rate is, it is very difficult to take over a planet because it doesn't matter how much progress you make on the planet, all that progress gets wiped out. And this is why it's inefficient to be on two different planets at once. The regeneration rate, for those that are unaware, on Akamar 4 is different. It is actually minus 2.5% per hour. This means that 2.5% of your progress is wiped out every hour. If you are fighting a war on two fronts and you split your forces onto two planets, you will not make progress on either. Why? You're dealing with two different regeneration rates. Think of it this way. If we focus all our forces on Errata Prime, we're only dealing with a regeneration rate of 1.5%. If we try to fight on both planets, that is every hour, 4% of our total progress on both fronts is being wiped out. Think of it that way. Because you'd be losing 2.5% on Akamar and you'd be losing 1.5% on Errata Prime. In an ideal situation where we can communicate these things in game, we could probably organize ourselves so that we could beat both regeneration rates at a reasonable time. But again, this is not efficient. It is way better to simply focus on one planet, your whole force goes there, you take over it. That is the ideal way for this to work, okay? If you split onto two planets, you're dealing with two regeneration rates, all of your effort is just wasted. Doesn't matter how hard you try, it's all wasted. Now, I understand that some people will be playing on a particular location because it's just for fun, they're casual. I understand that. But if you want to beat major orders, especially with the player count being so low, take note, Helldivers is currently at its lowest ever player count on PC. PS5 as well. They haven't fallen as much as PC, but the player count has fallen significantly, and we are at the lowest of the lows right now. All right, can it fall lower? It probably can, and that's what scares me right now. It could fall even lower than this, but we went from an average, if we're talking about April, just 1 month ago, we had an average of 142,000 players. In May, this was wiped out to 65,000. That's how many players we lost. All right, we lost over half our player base instantaneously in May, and now June is here, and we've already, in the literal 5 days of June, we've already lost 6,800 players on average. It's rough. It is very, very rough. Okay, things are not good. Things are very ungood. All right. So now more than ever, it is crucial when things are ungood to know how the systems work. So what you can use is a website like helldivers.io. It's linked in the description of this video. You can just check it out and you can see the liberation, the enemy forces regeneration rate on each planet. Fact Bay is at 3%. It's even crazier than Akamar 4. So if we want to succeed in this order, either we do trivial spamming, spam level 1s to boost the conquest rate, which is totally possible. You do that, you can wipe out planets really fast. But even if we want to fight normally, it's going to take concentrated effort. So after Errata Prime is done, take over Akamar and then take over Fact Bay. Do not split focus amongst the planets. Go for one planet, wipe it out, and you're good to go. All right. This is the key to everything. This is the key to succeeding in Helldivers right now, because Helldivers is a tough game. It involves tactics, it involves understanding, and none of this is communicated in game. I highlight to you again, none of this is communicated in game. I'm aware of how terrible that is, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do. So make use of the tools given to you. Make use of helldivers.io. It helps you predict times. It helps you know where players are concentrated. Go to where the highest concentration of players are. Right now it's Errata Prime. Liberate as much as you can. Get the predicted time down. Clear the planet. It's over. It's done. Good. This major order is all about liberation. All right. And for anyone that references this video in future, whatever the major order is, it's the same principle. There will always be a regeneration rate for liberation. If it is an order that requires you to liberate, just take note. Regeneration rates only apply for liberation, and they must be taken into account when liberating a planet. Now, a little bit of extra information. Defenses do not have a regeneration rate. For defenses, the regeneration rate is completely irrelevant and does not matter.
Test. Freedom, democracy, liberty, independence, managed democracy. Test complete.
Thank you for that, computer system. But anyway, I am on my ship right now when doing this, but the thing I want to highlight the most to you guys is this. In future, if you have a defense order, please take note that defenses do not have a regeneration rate. The regeneration rate of a planet on a defense does not matter. It is non-existent. So you can actually make pure progress on defense missions. The only thing that matters, and if we ever get a defense order, I'll show you guys again, the only thing that matters is the amount of hit points on the defense order. You have to take into account the hit points of the defense order and the time you have left. The way to beat defense orders is to beat the timer. So for example, a defense planet could have 400,000 hit points. You know, that just means that you have to liberate 40%, roughly equivalent to 40%, and you will beat the defense order. But usually defenses are 24 hours. So just take note of that. All right. That's all. And I hope that this information helps. All right. Players, if you are unaware of the regeneration rates, if you're unaware of how the liberation works, ask. I will happily teach you. Use helldivers.io. The link is in the description of the video. Have fun with the game. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right. Your boy needs your support right now. You want me to keep making this content? I need your support. All right. Thank you very much. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.